Venomous snakes are one of the most feared animals on the planet. There are over 600 species of venomous snake. The number of snake species that have the potential to cause harm to humans is around 200. This is less than 10% of all snakes worldwide. In the United States, 7,000 to 8,000 people are bitten by venomous snakes each year, but only 5 to 6 of these people die. This list of deadliest snakes consists of the 20 most venomous species. They are ranked from 20 to 1 based on their venom's toxicity. So, without wasting any time, let's begin the countdown. Friends, if you guys doesn't subscribe, countdown begins yet, go click on the subscribe button for more interesting videos. The Malayan blue coral is an absolutely stunning snake. It has a black body, electric blue stripes, red tail, and reed head. Blue Malayan coral snakes have the largest venom gland of any snake. This gland extends over 1 foot and is a quarter of the length of their body. These snakes have a unique type of venom called calliotoxin. Calliotoxin affects the prey's sodium channels. It causes every nerve to fire at once, essentially freezing the victim's body in a giant muscle spasm. This may seem like overkill, but they hunt other venomous snakes such as king cobras, so they need it. There is no anti-venom for blue Malayan coral snakes. Luckily, they rarely come into contact with humans. There are only 2 reported deaths in the last century. If they aren't the most dangerous snake on this list, they might very well be the most unique. The Belcher sea snake is sometimes listed as the most venomous snake in the ocean. But the lack of sufficient LD50 test data makes this claim hard to prove. Regardless, these snakes are one of the most toxic animals in the world. Belchers are small venomous snakes. They rarely grow longer than 3 feet. What they lack in size, they make up for in venom toxicity. Their venom is extremely effective at helping them catch fish. Luckily, bites from these snakes are rare. They do not pose a significant threat to humans. Belcher's sea snakes normally have trouble biting any body part other than a finger. Additionally, they are not very aggressive and do not normally inject venom. These sea snakes are very pretty with a pale bluish-gray background broken up by darker bands. The next snake on our list accounts for 90% of serious snakebites within its range. They are a formidable predator. Fer-De-Lance snakes are pit vipers that have a venom that causes necrosis, systematic bleeding, and muscle damage. This venom is extremely effective against rodents. It also has similar effects on humans that have the misfortune of being bitten. Unfortunately, Fer-De-Lance snakes are drawn to farmlands in search of food. They often come into contact with people and are extremely feared by locals in Central and Northern South America. Many of the common names for this deadly snake relate to its appearance: terciopelo, velvet; Fer-De-Lance, arrowhead; Barba amarilla, yellow throat. Not surprisingly, these snakes have skin like velvet, arrow-shaped heads, and yellow throats. The South American Bushmaster is one of several species of venomous snake in the genus Lachesis. Bushmasters are considered kings because of their extremely long bodies. Large adults can reach 12 feet in length, making them the longest vipers in the New World. Drop for drop, Bushmaster venom may not be as toxic as some of the other deadliest snakes. But these snakes can inject massive amounts of venom. It is said that 75% of bits are fatal, regardless of medical treatment. Luckily, seeing one of these snakes is very rare, so bites are not very common. Bushmasters are at the top of many herpetologists' list of snakes to see in the wild. These snakes are often referred to as 100 pacers. This is due to the belief that after a bite, you have time for just 100 steps before death. This is likely due to the fact that their venom causes heart palpitations and other systematic effects very quickly. Their venom can also cause tissue damage and necrosis around the bite area. The Chinese Copperhead is a unique species of pit viper found in some Asian countries. These snakes are similar to the American Copperhead. However, they are far more venomous than the American Copperhead. Chinese species have a toxicity of 0.38 mg/kg versus Americans at 2.711 mg/kg. Remember, the lower the rating, the more toxic the venom. Black mambas are not actually black, instead they are a solid brown. They get their name from the black interior of their mouth, which they show when threatened. The black mamba is infamous in their home range. It is the most venomous snake in Africa. Black mambas are smart, alert, agile, and extremely aggressive. These snakes use their agility to actively hunt birds or mammals. It has a rhizome that makes it one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. When they strike, they will often bite repeatedly and inject large amounts of venom. Their venom causes systematic paralysis. It is vital that black mamba bites receive anti-venom treatment as soon as possible. Black mambas prefer to avoid human interaction but will not hesitate to bite if they feel threatened. The beaked sea snake is one of the most venomous sea snakes in the world. These snakes are known to be aggressive and are often found in fishing nets. Fishermen frequently get bitten while trying to untangle them. They are responsible for the most snackabites among sea snakes. Paralysis and muscle damage are common occurrences from beaked sea snake bites. Their venom is highly neurotoxic and hemotoxic. Beaked sea snakes are named after the downward pointed scales on the tip of their snout. It looks like a bird's beak. Like many sea snakes, the beaked species has a flattened, paddle-like tail that helps it maneuver through ocean waters. The common death adder is one of the most unique snakes in all of Australia. These short and stocky snakes look like vipers, but there are no vipers in Australia. They normally have bars across their body in bronze, orange, or tan. Death adders are ambush predators. They use a hunting tactic called caudal luring, in which they use their tails as a lure to mimic a worm. When an unsuspecting lizard, frog, or mammal comes close enough, the death adder strikes. They are some of the fastest striking snakes on the planet. Common death adders produce highly neurotoxic venom. However, they mostly dry bite, as their venom is a valuable resource. If they do inject, they inject large amounts of venom. Death adders are a dangerous species of snake because they live close to people and pets. Many deadliest snake lists have the death adder in the top 10. Krait snakes are some of the most venomous snakes in Asia and even the world. The Banded Krait's venom is not as toxic as the Blue Krait's, but it is still an extremely potent neurotoxin. Their venom attacks the nervous system of whatever it bites. They eat reptiles and mammals, but snakes are their preferred prey. Their venom is extremely effective against other snakes. They are even known to eat other species of krait. Fortunately, during the daytime these snakes are very shy and will rarely attempt to bite. When feeding at nighttime, they become more aggressive. Banded kraits are beautiful snakes with bands of black and yellow, sometimes black and white. They also have stumpy tails and so are very distinctive. The Coastal Taipan is a member of the elipid family that lives in Australia. It may not be as venomous as the Inland Taipan, but it is not far behind on our list of venomous snakes. Coastal taipans can grow over 10 feet in length. They also have the longest fangs of any Australian snake. Due to their long fangs and willingness to bite, they are one of the most dangerous snake in Australia. Before antivenom was readily available for this species, bites from coastal taipans were almost always fatal. The venom of these snakes attacks the nervous system, blood clotting, and muscles. It is extremely effective at killing mammals. The King Cobra is venomous snake royalty. These snakes are the longest venomous snake on the planet, some reach over 15 feet. When threatened, king cobras flatten their neck into a hood and lift a third of their body off the ground. A large king cobra can be eye level with a human being. The venom of king cobras is not as toxic as the 9 deadliest snakes before it on this list, but due to their huge size, these snakes can inject a massive amount of venom and easily overpower anything they get a hold of. Luckily, these snakes prefer to live deep in the forest. Their genus name Ophiophagus means snake eater, and they love to eat other dangerous snakes. King cobras have a very interesting reproductive strategy. After the female has laid her eggs, both parents will guard the nest. The saw-scaled viper may not be the most venomous snake, but it is one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. Saw-scaled vipers are small, irritable, and aggressive. Because of their temperament, saw-scaled vipers are a significant cause of snakeabite injuries in India. Their venom is similar to many other vipers and has toxins that affect blood clotting, i.e. internal bleeding, and destroys tissue, i.e. tissue necrosis. Bites can be life-threatening and should be treated with anti-venom as soon as possible. They use their venom to hunt small mammals, amphibians, arthropods, reptiles and small snakes. Saw-scaled vipers are mosaics of brown, tan, or mahogany colors. They often hide in the sand with only their heads visible. This makes them hard to spot. If you approach one, they will make a loud rasping noise by rubbing their scales together. The stiletto is a small, burrowing snake that is very toxic. Luckily, these snakes do not inject much venom. However, their venom is still extremely toxic. It can cause damage to the arteries of the heart, as well as local tissue damage. It is said to be nearly impossible to safely handle one of these snakes. The stiletto snake is one of the only venomous snakes in our list that is not from the Colubridae, Viperidae, or Elapidae family. These snakes are called stiletto or side-stabbing snakes due to their large fangs which come out the side of their mouth. These snakes cannot strike forward due to their unique fangs. The Mojave Rattlesnake is the only venomous species of snake on our list from the United States. This species is one of several rattlesnakes found in North and South America. Mojave rattlesnakes are the most venomous rattlesnake. Their venom varies depending on the subspecies and can be both neurotoxic and hemotoxic. This means it affects both the blood and nervous system. Their prey include mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and birds. Mojave rattlesnakes are similar in appearance to western diamondback rattlesnakes, but Mojaves have a more greenish hue and are not as long. Like many dangerous snakes, they will not hesitate to bite when threatened. Bites from Mojave rattlesnakes are rarely fatal, but they do account for a large number of serious snakabites in the southwest United States. The Boomslang is the most dangerous snake in the colubrid family. Its venom is not as toxic as some of the deadliest snakes on this list, but it is the most potent of all colubrid snakes. Their venom will cause hemorrhaging and extensive bleeding. Boomslangs have the capacity to cause human fatalities. They have even killed humans before. But, due to their rear-positioned fangs, it is harder for them to inject venom when compared to other venomous species on this list. These snakes will avoid confrontation when possible. Instead, when threatened, they will inflate their throats to make themselves seem bigger. Boomslangs are tree-dwelling snakes and very alert. They typically eat birds and lizards, mostly chameleons, which they grab and hold onto while they wait for their venom to take effect. These snakes have keeled scales and with different patterns and colors including black, gray, brown and green. Many consider the Blue Krait to be one of the most deadliest snakes in Asia. About half of the bites from a Blue Krait are fatal, even with medical treatment. Blue Kraits have extremely potent neurotoxins in their venom. This causes paralysis, and death usually occurs by respiratory failure. Fortunately, Blue Kraits are nocturnal and live in wet forests away from humans. Interestingly, these snakes are extremely easygoing in the daytime. Despite their rather friendly nature, Blue Kraits mostly eat other dangerous snakes. Blue Kraits have thin bodies that usually have black with white, gray, or tan-colored bands. The Russell's viper is regarded as one of the most dangerous snakes in Asia. This species has a large range and can be found anywhere from western India to eastern China. In some countries, this snake is responsible for more serious bites than any other species. Russell's vipers have a very distinctive pattern, pictured above, that makes them easy to identify. When threatened, Russell's vipers will hiss very loudly. If hissing does not work, they will not hesitate to bite. These snakes have extremely toxic venom and also a large venom yield. When they bite, they inject a lot of venom, putting them near the top of the list of dangerous snakes. It is estimated that a Russell's viper has enough venom to kill 150,000 mice. Rodents are the preferred prey of Russell's vipers. Their venom easily kills rodents with its hemotoxins in seconds. The Inland Taipan is very famous when it comes to venomous snakes. Many deadliest snake lists have the Inland Taipan at number 1. 100 mg dose of Inland Taipan venom is enough to kill 100 adult humans. 100 mg is maximum that can be injected in a single bite. Their venom is very fast-working and can take effect in under an hour. It is true the venom from this snake is one of the most potent toxins known to science. However, when ranked by LD50 venom toxicity, they are third. It is beaten by two of its Australian cousins, the eastern brown snake and the mainland tiger snake. Fortunately, these snakes are not commonly encountered by people. Despite their fierce snake nickname, they are very shy and try to avoid human contact. Bites and deaths from these venomous snakes are rare. Inland Taipans are normally brown or tan. They sometimes have darker heads or black outlines to their scales. The mainland tiger snake, like many of the deadliest snakes at the top of our list, is an elipid species native to Australia. These snakes are found mostly along the southeastern and southwestern coasts of Australia, often in wet areas close to houses. Mainland tiger snakes have venom that affects the nervous system, blood-clotting proteins, and muscles. This venom is very effective at killing amphibians, mammals, birds, or reptiles. Tiger snakes will flatten their neck when threatened, creating a hood like a cobra. Mainland tiger snakes have bands that look like tiger stripes. These bands can range from black and yellow to bronze and tan. Eastern brown snakes are responsible for more fatalities than any other snake in Australia. They are often found living near human habitations and are one solid color that can range from gray to brown or black. The eastern brown snake is the most venomous snake in the world. Based on its LD50 score of 0.001 mg/kg, it is a very dangerous snake. Eastern brown snake's venom is highly hematoxic. Their venom quickly attacks the blood and prevents clotting. Bites can result in internal bleeding, kidney damage, and sometimes neurotoxic paralysis. These snakes use their venom to quickly kill mammals, reptiles, birds, and amphibians. Eastern browns are one of several Australian elipids that made our list. Taipans, mainland tiger snakes, and common death adders are also some of the deadliest snakes. So, here's the video of top 20 poisonous snakes in the world. And comment your opinion which is the most dangerous snakes in this list. If you guys really love the video, then subscribe our channel for more this type of videos and also turn on the notification bell for getting the notifications first. And comment down below what is the next topic we have to make our next video. Bye for now friends, see you soon on our next video.